Hi students, this is Mrs. Ramsey. Today's lesson is Animal Adaptations, learning the common ways animals survive. We've been studying in science class the theory of natural selection. This helps us to answer the question, why do animals need to adapt to fit into their environment? It's mainly to survive and to reproduce. It also includes competing for food and water, shelter, the ability to raise their young, and to migrate. What is an adaptation? A change in an animal's physical body or behavior that helps an animal to survive in its habitat. It is matched to their way of surviving. These changes take many generations to evolve. However, some adaptations develop quickly through genetic mutations. One example is mimicry. Enjoy looking closely at these photos. Do you see the physical changes that appear like the animals are something different than they really are? Or colors, bright, contrasting colors. This adaptation could be used to attract a mate during courtship or to warn predators. Another example is camouflage, blending into its surroundings. Can you find each animal in the photos? Migration, seasonal movement for survival. Animals will migrate to find food and to also set up new breeding grounds. And lastly, body structure. Webbed feet, sharp claws, whiskers, sharp teeth, large beaks, wings to fly, hooves, striped fur, spotted fur, scales. Those are all examples of physical adaptations. Adaptation lends itself to a cause and effect structure. The cause is the need that the animal has for the adaptation. So the adaptations themselves are the effects. We'll practice. Your assignment has 2 steps. Step 1, read one article of your choice. You're reading to find the adaptations and the needs which increase an animal's survival. And then step 2, complete the cause and effect text structure model. Let's do one example together, and then you'll be ready to choose your article. Silent nighttime hunters. Owls are raptors or birds of prey. They are carnivores who quickly, silently swoop down on their prey from above. Most raptors, such as eagles, hawks, and falcons, are day hunters. They use their sharp eyesight to spot small animals on the ground below. Owls, on the other hand, use their senses to hunt in a different way. Owls are nocturnal, which means they do their hunting at night. So their need is to hunt for survival, right? They're hunting to find food. Now let's continue to read to identify the adaptations, the effects. What do owls eat? Prey usually includes small mammals such as rodents, rabbits, mice, moles, and voles. They will also eat small lizards, frogs, insects, and even other birds. A couple varieties, such as the Asian fishing owl, will even wait on the banks of rivers and creeks so they can swoop down to catch fish. Why do owls hunt at night? An owl hunts after dark when there's less competition from other predators. During the nighttime, it's easier for an owl to fly around unseen. Owls have special adaptations that allow them to hunt in darkness, when most other birds and large predators are asleep. How does an owl capture and eat its prey? Like all raptors, an owl has powerful talons on its feet and a sharp beak on its head. Talons and beak are both effects. They are adaptations that the owl has in order to hunt its prey. It uses its sharp talons to capture and hold small animals. Owls can swallow smaller prey whole. It uses its beak to tear larger prey into pieces before swallowing. Because owls swallow prey whole or in large chunks, they regurgitate or spit up undigested bone, fur, and feathers in the form of pellets. Highlighted in blue. We started with talons, and it has a sharp beak. Article as well. Right away at the beginning, was all about surviving by hunting and finding food. Hunting. How do any owl's keen senses help it to hunt at night? The feathers around an owl's circular inset face catch and direct sound to its ears. In fact, an owl can hear a mouse 75 feet away, so it has feathers that help it to trap the sound so that it can hear its prey. Its soft feathers have a special shape that allow it to fly silently, so its prey can't hear it coming. Even the owl doesn't hear its own wings, making it easier to concentrate on hearing prey. Those feathers also allow it to fly. The owl's huge forward-facing eyes have the unique ability to see in low light. Its thin beak is low on the face and points downward, so it doesn't block the owl's view while catching prey. It has huge forward-facing eyes, and it has a thin beak that is low on the face and points downward. Unlike a human, an owl can't move its eyes to look to the sides, but it can move its head 3/4 of the way around. This means an owl can see behind itself just by turning its head. How would you like to be able to do that? It can move its head about 3/4 of the way around. Where do owls live? Owls are found in deserts, grasslands, and forests all over the world. They are on every continent except Antarctica. While most animals live in trees, some varieties of owls live in caves, mines, old buildings, and barns. Burrowing owls live in underground burrows. Do owls have camouflage to help protect them from predators? Yes. Most animals have special coloring and patterns on their bodies to help them blend into their natural surroundings. They have coloring and patterns that they use as camouflage to blend into their environment. Owls that live in trees often mimic the pattern of tree bark. Snowy owls live in the treeless tundra of the Arctic. Their white coloring provides camouflage in these icy surroundings. And finally, how big are owls? The Eurasian eagle owl, which lives across most of Europe and Asia, is one of the largest owl species. It has a 6-foot wingspan and can weigh 9 pounds. The elf owl, which lives in the deserts of Arizona and Mexico, is the world's smallest owl species. Its wingspan is usually under a foot. At only 1 9/10 ounces, it weighs less than a hot dog. We go back to what we had. Find one more adaptation because we have a lot more than one. We had feathers. That helps them to hear, fly silently. They have huge forward-facing eyes, that thin beak that is low and pointed downward. The fact that they can rotate their head almost all the way around, and they have camouflage. So we just need to pick one of those. I will do the huge forward-facing eyes. Mark that in our... Here's the assignment. Begin at the top and write down your article title. And we read about owls. And number 1, identify 1 to 3 specific adaptations that have allowed this animal to survive. We can easily write 3 for our owls. An example is a frog has webbed feet. Okay, so we can write adaptation. Talons, sharp beak. We can easily huge forward-facing eyes. All right, then we move on to question number 2. What caused this animal to benefit from, or what caused this animal to need this specific adaptation? And we is a predator and needs to hunt for its prey. Hunt, or we can say hunting. Hunting. All right, now we're just going to put this together into our cause and effect text structure model. This first box is labeled for our cause. So there is a need, right? There is a need for this animal, and that is the ability to be able to hunt. Okay, it needs to be able to hunt. So because it has to be able to hunt, that's going to lead to our effects. And we easily found 3 of those. So we can fill in all 3 of these effects. So because it needs the ability to hunt, it has adapted itself for the food that it eats in the environment in which it lives. It has talons that can grasp and hold and tear into the flesh of the animals. It has that sharp beak that allows it to eat its prey. And then we have those very large, huge eyes that allow it to see at night since it is a nocturnal animal. All right, it is now your turn. You have a choice to choose whatever article, whichever animal you are the most curious about reading, and then you're going to complete your cause and effect structure model.